Hi everybody, I hope you had a good week last week being scientists. We are continuing this week with a new theme. It is, what do scientists do? So we're going to continue being really great scientists and exploring. I hope you've enjoyed the scavenger hunt and exploring inside your home, doing experiments and exploring outside as well. Today I wanted to introduce you to a new letter. Do you know what letter we have today? It is Mr. Q. And he has something all over his body, all over his clothes and his hair. I don't know if you can see them, but they are question marks. Mr. Q loves to ask questions. So he would be a really good scientist because scientists ask lots of questions to figure things out. So I like to ask questions too. That's why I like to do a question of the day every day when you come into school. So our question of the day today would be, do you like to ask questions like Mr. Q? And that would be really good if you're asking questions about things out in science. Let's see what Mr. Q has to say. As Mr. Q, I love to quiz. Quiz is just another word for asking questions, like a test, a small test. Quizzing is the best thing there is. I have so many questions to ask. Finding the answers is my favorite task. So Mr. Q loves questions. Let's see if we can get his song on here so you can listen to Mr. Q's song.
My head is filled with questions, questions, questions. My head is filled with questions that I want to ask. My head is filled with questions, questions, questions. My head is filled with questions that I want to ask. I'm Mr. Q. I have so many questions, and if I ask my questions, I'll learn a lot. I'm Mr. Q. I have so many questions, and if I ask my questions, I'll learn a lot. My head is filled with questions, questions, questions. My head is filled with questions that I want to ask. I'm Mr. Q. I have so many questions, and if I ask my questions, I'll learn a lot. I'm Mr. Q. I have so many questions, and if I ask my questions, I'll learn a lot.
So Mr. Q has lots of questions, and if you ask questions, you'll learn a lot. That's what he's saying in his song. So I'm going to read to you a story. Mr. Q is going to share his story with us to introduce himself. Hi, I'm Mr. Q, and I'm always asking everyone questions. It's good to ask questions because you learn quite a lot. When I have questions about where things are, I look at a map. When I have questions about kings and queens, I read a book. Sometimes I call my friends with questions. It's fun to figure out answers together. Here is a quiz question for you. Can you find my hidden letters? There are two. Quietly yours, Mr. Q. So let's take a look, see if you can find any letter Q's anywhere. Do you see them? I think there's one right here. Up in the corner of his shirt. He said there was two. Do you see another one anywhere? I think it's right on his mouth. There's two letter Q's. Good job. All right, let's take a peek in Mr. Q's me bag. Mr. Q, we had a little tough time finding some things for the me bag today. We brought a quilt. Quilt starts with letter Q. He also brought us a coin. Do you know what coin starts with letter Q? It is a quarter. So he brought a quarter, and he brought us, it looks like, a little book to share. It's called A Quiz. What is it? It is on my bed. So here's a quiz. It's going to give you clues. You have to be a good listener and look at the pictures really well. What is it? It is on my bed. It is not my cap, and it is not my cat. So he's got a lot of things on there on his bed, but it's not the cat and it's not the cap. Let's see what else it could be. It is not my quill pen. It is not my mitt. I sit on it. I rest on it. See the picture clues. See if you can figure it out. What is he talking about? It is soft. It is big. It is on my bed. It is red. I thought it was going to be that teddy bear, big and soft, but now he says it's red. The teddy bear is not red. Do you see something else on his bed that is red? Let's see what it could be. What is it? It is my quilt. His quilt. Is that what you guessed? That was a good one. Red quilt. Starts with letter Q. I'm going to put Mr. Q down here. And we are going to take a look at our foundations card. This card is a little different. If you notice, it has two letters. This first letter is Q, and the second letter is U that we did last week. Q and U always are together. So all the words that start with letter Q are followed by a U. So we're going to say Q-U, queen, qu. Q-U, queen, qu. And that's our letters. I'm going to show you how to write it. These are two familiar letters. I'm just going to write the letter Q, a capital Q and a lowercase q. But these are familiar letters, so you're really going to be able to do this perfectly. So we're going to start at, all of our capital letters start at the skyline. We're going to start at the skyline and do a big curve all the way down to the grass line. Once you hit the grass line, you're going to curve back up. We're going to make a capital letter O. So we all know how to make a capital letter O. The capital Q, you're just going to add a straight slant from here down to the grass line and stop. That's your capital letter Q. Your lowercase letter Q is going to look like a lowercase g, except you're going to curve your, you're going to do your curve out this side. With the G, we curve it this way. So your Q is going to curve out to the other side. So we're going to start like same as lowercase g. We're going to start at the plane line. And we're going to do a small curve down to the grass line, touch the bottom, and go straight back up to the plane line. We're going to make this line as straight as you can, all the way down through to the worm line. When you hit the worm line, you're going to make a curve up just a little bit, and that's your lowercase letter Q. So we've written some Q words down here for you. We have question, quiz, quotation, quilt, quit, quiet, queen, quiver, quack, quick, court. You can read them all. I'll start with the letter Q. I also am going to be sending home some worksheets this week along with our scientist lessons. We're also learning 3 new shapes, reviewing 3 new shapes. So we have the rectangle. The rectangle has 1, 2, 3, 4 corners and 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. The top and the bottom sides are longer, and the 2 shorter sides are shorter is your rectangle. This next shape is a, do you know it? It has 1, 2, 3, 4 corners, same as the rectangle. 1, 2, 3, 4 sides, same as the rectangle. But this shape is different in that every side is the same size. Did you guess what it is? It is the square. Good. And then another shape, I'm going to introduce a new word for it. It looks like a diamond, and it is the same shape as a diamond. It has 1, 2, 3, 4 corners. 1, 2, 3, 4 sides, all the same size. This shape is called a rhombus. A rhombus. So those are our 3 shapes we're going to learn this week. And I also am going to send home your letter Q worksheets for you to look at. Some math worksheets to go out to. Mrs. Hoover is including a scavenger hunt for shapes, so that'll be a lot of fun. And then a scientist worksheet that you can write how you're going to be a scientist this week. This is a math worksheet that I thought looked fun. You can color the squares yellow, the circles red, and the rectangles blue in each of these pictures. And this one, how many? You're going to count the shapes in each box and then write the number or cut out the number and paste the right number in each spot. And then this one is some shape addition. So you're going to count how many in each group, write the number, and then you're going to add the same amount, count the number in this group and add them together and then write your answer in the last box. So we'll send all those home today. They'll all go out in your email, so be on the lookout for those too. We hope you guys are doing well. I hope you've checked out Frog Street. I heard a lot of feedback from some of you and that the kids are really enjoying it. So I hope you're enjoying the Letter People games on Frog Street. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. We hope you guys are well. We miss you, and we'll see you soon. Bye.